name is Susan Talby. I'm a rabbi from St. Louis. But I'm here to tell you that the faith community is pro-choice. The faith community believes that women are smart enough, if we're smart enough to raise children, right? They trust us with children, trust us with our bodies. We know that. And we know that we are women and men today who are supporting this. Women and men today who really care and have a voice, and we know it's not for us alone. We are speaking for thousands and thousands and thousands across our state. But today I want to remind us that we are also standing on shoulders today. Shoulders of all the reproductive champions in every generation that have understood that this issue is the heart of our freedom as women. And we are standing on the shoulders of generations of women and men who marched and sacrificed and went to jail so that we could vote. Right? And we are standing on the shoulders of women who risked their lives that our votes would bring equality and justice to generations to come. So that's why we're still here. We're still here, and I see some of you have been doing this a long time. But I also see the young women. I see the girls that are here. High school kids, girls that know, and their friends, their allies, these boys who get that they are pro-choice as well. So let's stand on the shoulders of the brave and courageous women who believe that given the vote, women would surely have equal rights and equal pay and equal protection and equal voices, and most importantly, we're standing on the shoulders of women who had back alley abortions if they were rich and used coat hangers if they were poor. And they wanted something better for their daughters and for all women. We're not going back. 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 So today, we are the shoulders. Now we have to be the shoulders that generations of women to come will be counting on to champion reproductive freedom for all women. And we will not let Missouri legislators play politics with our health, with our bodies, and with our right to choose. What is right for ourselves and for our families, we know best, not them. And so today we come from all over this state. We're not just from St. Louis and Kansas City. We're from Springfield. We're from small towns. We are from all over this state, right? Yeah. Amen. We come from all over the state to tell the anti-women's health extremists in our capital that they are using precious legislative time, endangering our lives in the name of politics, and they need to stop playing politics with our bodies and focus on increasing access to health care by expanding Medicare to the 200,000 of our fellow Missourians who will benefit from that expansion. More care is what we want, not less. More care will make us a healthier state with more strong and healthy shoulders to stand on. And not next year. We want this in this session. This session. We're tired of legislators playing politics with our lives. Missouri legislators are trying to control women's lives by taking away our reproductive options, chipping away at them little by little with their little terrible bills, and they're taking away our life-saving care. Personal medical decisions should be made by women, by our families, by our faiths, and our physicians, not small-minded politicians playing games with our lives. There are 26 stupid bills that are filed that will hurt our health and take away the rights that generations of women have sacrificed for. Speaker Jones and Senator Dempsey, we are paying attention. Get over yourselves. Stop the games that put us back in the dark ages and focus on something positive, like passing Medicaid expansion. We vote, and we won't go back. 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 So you know, one of these insidious little bills would triple the waiting time for an abortion. Triple the already agonizing waiting time that a woman has to wait, that families have to wait for an abortion. This, my friends, is politics at its worst, with life-threatening consequences. Women die. Women are dying. And we have to think about women's lives and respect them to make the right choice. Imagine what would have happened to our friend Liz Reed Katz if she had to wait triple the time for an abortion that saved her life, and the agonizing choice she had to make for her family. Please welcome with me this courageous woman who is here to share her heartbreaking story and let us know that what we're doing here is saving lives and saving the soul of our state. Please, let's welcome Liz to speak to us today.
What an introduction. Good morning. My name is Liz Reed Katz, and I live in Columbia, Missouri. I was asked to speak today, not because I'm unique, but because I'm like many of you. I'm a college graduate who has been married for 7 years. I'm a happy stay-at-home mom to a wonderful 17-month-old. I have an unhealthy relationship with chocolate. And when I was 27, I had an abortion. After 5 years of marriage, my husband and I decided it was time to start a family. We were so happy, and we got pregnant really quickly. But that all changed at 16 weeks, when we found out the baby I was carrying had trisomy 18, a chromosomal defect that is incompatible with life. It was after much soul searching and with a heavy heart that, after talking with my husband, family, rabbi, and doctor, that I decided to have an abortion. It was not a decision I made lightly, but one that I made because it was in the best interest of my family, myself, and because I love my baby so much, I could not stand the thought of her life being in pain and agony and to only see the walls of a hospital. It was a heartbreaking decision, but one I would make again if I was faced with it. I thought long and hard about that decision, but once it was made, my will never faltered. An additional 72-hour wait, extra ultrasounds, mandatory videos would not have changed my mind. They would have just caused me more pain than I was already going through. The decision to have an abortion is a decision that is best left to a woman, her family, her faith, and her doctor, not a bunch of politicians. Thank you for standing with me today and showing your support for women like me and our right to choose.
She's awesome. And, you know, this puts a face on why we're here. But I want you to look around. Look around, because I'm sure you're standing next to a woman or a man who's here because they know the face of what happens if we go back. You know, Roe v. Wade was decided in 1973. Get over it, right? Get over it. So now we want you to hear from Megan Parker, another Missouri woman who has a story to tell us, another woman who could be any one of us. Megan?
Hi, my name is Megan Parker, and I have always been a strong advocate for women's rights, but it was not until these most recent attacks on women's reproductive freedom, which includes an unprecedented 32 anti-choice bills currently in Missouri legislature, that I began to have a distinct feeling of fear and violation as a woman living in this country. One night at home while reading these anti-choice bills, I actually said out loud, "I'm scared." The fear I felt wasn't just in regards to myself, but rather an expansive fear driven by compassion and empathy towards all the women in Missouri, all the women across the United States, who are witnessing their rights systematically stripped away. I felt the fear of women in need of affordable and accessible contraceptive care, women faced with unplanned pregnancies or planned pregnancies gone wrong in need of safe and accessible abortion services. I feared the climate of desperation, anxiety, and inequality we will all be facing if these unnecessary anti-choice bills pass and continue to enter into state legislature. Not only are these bills a waste of time, they pose severe risks to the lives of women and their families. I never thought I'd be here fighting for my right and the right of all women to practice mindful parenting. That is, to decide with knowledge, compassion, love, and accountability when and if we want to begin or expand our families. No one knows how to make these personal and sacred decisions better than we do. I, as well as all of you here surely, do not take personal, medical, and family decisions lightly. We do not need nor want Missouri legislature interfering in these personal decisions and playing politics with women's health. It is us, all of us here, all of us who believe in choice, who are against no choice, who truly love and value life. We care about quality of life, and increasing quality of life does not happen with restrictive health bills, but with Medicaid expansion that would improve the lives of hundreds and thousands of Missourians. To love and respect life means employing empathy and compassion, making medical care accessible and affordable to all, and respecting rights, choice, and personal autonomy. I will be leaving this rally today full of hope. Thank you to all of you here taking a stand for women's reproductive rights with love and respect for choice and life.
All right. So, do we feel like there's hope? And are we going to keep going? We're going to be the shoulders for all women to stand on and all men to stand on so that we can continue to make sure that that reproductive health is not taken away from us and that we only care more and offer more care. So are we ready to go to the Capitol? And are we ready to tell our legislators, everybody know who they are? You're ready to go march in there because they have to listen because we vote, right? We vote. 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 And unfortunately, you know, I remember when I first came to St. Louis, and I know some of you will remember this. You know, the first thing I did was it was 1980, and I marched down to the Equal Rights Amendment office on Lindell, which is a little street in St. Louis, and I walked in the door, and who were sitting there at the table signing people up to work for the Equal Rights Amendment? 2 Catholic sisters. Never forget them. Sister Jenny and Sister Frances Padberg. 2 Catholic sisters. And you know what they said to me? I said, I am a new rabbi in St. Louis, blah, blah, blah. I want to work for equal rights. They said, yeah, when we're ordained, that's when things will really change. Well, we're working on that too, right? We're working on that too. Because we know that when more people have a voice, there's more justice. We're only better when we listen to each other, right? We're only better, we're only stronger when more people speak up. So we have to, in Missouri, have a louder voice. And one of those ways to protect our reproductive freedom is to make sure that there is gender equality in this state. That they cannot discriminate against women, against your mothers, your sisters, your daughters, your grandmothers. You know, they can't discriminate against women just because we're women. You know, all of these things are not about what they say. They're all about control. They're all about keeping the privilege with a few. And that's just not okay. This is a great democracy, and we can do better. So are you ready to march up to the rotunda and join with the Equal Rights Amendment people to make sure that there is gender equality, to make sure that we preserve their right to vote, and that our voices are heard? So give each other some love, because you are now the reproductive champions of Missouri. You who showed up today, you are the champions. So let's let our voices be heard, and let's make sure that we don't go back, that we only go forward with compassion and with love and with opportunity for reproductive freedom for all Missouri women. You ready? So, you ready? So let's stop the war on women. What else do we have? Keep roaring, save Roe, keep away from my uterus, right? Women's lives matter, women's health matters. My mom did not burn her bra to let her granddaughter be put into your Republican corset, right? That's a good one. And it's my body, my choice. You ready? My body, my choice. 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 So give each other some love, and let's go join our sisters and brothers in the rotunda and go tell our legislators just what we think in the nicest way we can to let them know we mean business. All right?